Okay, I'm Gary Shigenaka. I'm a marine biologist with the Office of Response and Restoration. I'm based in Seattle, Washington, but I've been down here working in Houma, Louisiana, at the Incident Command Post for weeks, for a long, long time. I typically work on oil spills around the country. I'm a marine biologist, so that means that I provide support for a range of biological issues. In this case, for this oil spill, the Deepwater Horizon, I've been dealing a lot with seafood safety, fisheries closures, as well as other things like sea turtles and marine mammals. It's been a challenge. This is the biggest oil spill that any of us have ever seen. I've been working on oil spills for over 20 years. I got started in Alaska for the Exxon Valdez, and in fact worked seafood issues there. There were a number of similar types of issues that arose related to contamination, potential contamination of seafood. And in that case, there were concerns about the native communities that consumed a lot of the seafood in Alaska that was in the path of the Exxon Valdez. In this case, we're looking at a Gulf-wide spill. We're looking at a number of different kinds of fisheries that are being affected, and so we're also looking at trying to help communicate what the issues are, what the state and federal governments are doing. I view our role in the Unified Command, in the Incident Command Post in Houma, as being sort of a pipeline, an information conduit. And I don't know that people know what these are anymore, but like a switchboard, we connect information sources from place to place, connect the dots. So with respect to seafood, I've been trying to connect the people within NOAA, the National Marine Fisheries Service, the Seafood Safety Program, as well as some of the FDA officials who are working on this, with the user groups. I'm trying to encourage the state and federal governments to get information out as quickly as possible, and to make sure that people are aware of what's being done, what's going on right now, what's safe, and what the future outlook is. When are fisheries going to be reopened? And it's been an interesting process. We're still trying to work out the kinks, but I think we're making some progress on all fronts in terms of getting the programs in place and then getting the information out to the consumers. I've taken a look at the results from both the state and the federal sampling that's gone on to date, and there's been virtually nothing found. Basically all zeros. The seafood is in good shape, which is great news. It's in some ways surprising for a spill of this magnitude covering such a big area. But it's really encouraging that we're seeing no impacts to the safety of the seafood, and hopefully that'll continue. That's the hardest task, is convincing people across the country and around the world that seafood from the Gulf Coast and in Louisiana in particular remains safe. And I think it's part of my personal commitment, my professional commitment, to try to help get that word out, and that's why I'm visiting the Louisiana Seafood Promotion and Marketing Board. That's why I've been doing a lot of public meetings, trying to reassure people that we aren't seeing any hits in the seafood. And you know, I'm only one person, but I think by trying to help the information flow go both ways, both out to the public and then from the fishermen and the seafood processors back to NOAA leadership, FDA leadership. I think that's the best that I can do, and I hope that somehow we're making a difference.